Hi families. I'm going to show you Module 5, Lesson 6, which is what we will be doing on Tuesday, and it is using a tape diagram to subtract. You can also use it to add, but the procedure is slightly different, so whatever you learn today, don't necessarily apply that knowledge to addition. I promise you in about the middle of Module 5, we will go back to adding and subtracting in the vertical method, which is what you're used to with borrowing and carrying, which we call that regrouping. So don't fret. They're just giving the students lots of ways to figure out a problem, because there's always more than one way to answer a problem. So this is subtracting using a tape diagram. And you're like, what is a tape diagram? A tape diagram, I think of like a tape measure, and it is these rectangles in the middle of your screen. So normally, if we were in face-to-face school, the kids would draw them themselves, but to make it a little neater, I'm doing it for them. But it's these rectangles in the middle of the square. So you have 220 minus 190. And the goal of subtracting this way is to create an easier problem so that you can subtract faster. So I noticed this 190 is close to 200, and 220 minus 200 would be a much easier problem. So I want to try to change that 190 into 200. So I know to do that, I have to add 10. So it really doesn't matter, I guess, which tape diagram you put on. I tend to put on the first part of the problem on the top and the second part of the problem on the bottom. So if I add 10 to 190, I'm going to get a number. I'm going to get 200, aren't I? 190 plus 10 is 200. So using the tape diagram method, I have to do the same thing to the other side. So 220, I have to add 10 more to as well. So 220 plus 10 is going to be 230, which, as you can see, simplified this problem immensely. 230 minus 200 just equals 30. And there I go using the tape diagram to subtract. I'll do a little bit of a harder one for you. Let me scroll down my page here. I'm not going to do that one. I put plus signs on here. I have to go back and change them. I messed up my work, which makes me all kinds of mad. You can do it with like a simpler problem like this. So let me change this from a plus to a minus so I can have it all right for you. So this one is 491 minus 199. And to make this simpler, I would want to take the 199 and make it 200. So for that, I have to add 1. So plus 1 on this side to 199. And then the same thing on the other side, I want to add 1 to this side. So 1 plus 491. So our new problem is now 492 minus 200. And 492 minus 200 would be 292. So like I said, for addition, which we will be doing very soon, it's a little different. If you add 1 to one side, then the other side you would subtract 1. It's opposites. So that's if you're doing an addition problem. But tomorrow we are going to be focusing on subtraction, and that is how you do Module 5, Lesson 6, subtracting using a tape diagram. I hope this helps.